Hello, everybody. It's Learnmore Jonasi here. So I didn't think I was going to make this video, but because things are getting out of hand, I just had to come here and give you context on what happened and my reasoning on why I chose to dismiss the composer of the Lion King chant, Lebo M. When this man first approached me, he approached me with the attitude of saying that I am, disrespecting his work, right? And I was like, no, actually, I'm a big fan of yours. I actually love the song, and therefore, this was just a joke. And comedy has always had a way of starting a conversation. Like I told him this, I was like, this is now like your chance to actually educate people, because now people are listening, I was actually ready to even create a video with him. Like, to be honest, I was like, oh.
He must just stop right there, because who does he think he is that he thinks he can put on the guy that worked with Lion King, wrote a song for Lion King, bro? This guy, even heard him when he was speaking. He's saying, no, he was on tour with whoever, So he's still touring today. Lion King is probably the #1 most performed show or theater show in the world, probably. There's literally companies that just produce Lion King, The same way there are companies that just produce Disney or whatever, Disney Studios, Cinderellas and whatnot, for years and years and years. There are generations. An old mother who's maybe like 60, 70, talking to maybe her child who's probably 30-something that already has a young child, and all of them played Cinderella. All of them played Cinderella. Granny, mother, and daughter all played Cinderella. So even with Lion King, it's ever since it existed, it's been performed. There's a reason why they even remade movies, because that's how popular it is. It got a bunch of different series, cartoons, they just made Timon and Pumbaa on the side alone, because that's how popular it was. There's mini versions of the Lion King that play on these kid channels, all these things, bro. Like Lion King is huge, bro, for this guy to say, now it's a conversation. Now he can talk. I was even willing to do a video with him, like, bro, who the fuck does he think he is, bro? This is a moment for him. It's a moment for him. He's more popular than he will ever be at this point right now, bro. This guy was
him by saying now he got the people talking, now they talking. To me, that's like some publicity. What's this thing?
Publicity stunt.
No, there's this other one where they trying to put down the fire. It's called what? Publicity? Backlash? I don't know the proper thing.
Public relation.
Yeah, it's like he's doing some public relation type of thing here, because I think he got the true meaning of it, and then him saying it's comedy. It's back to what I said earlier, because maybe it's comedy, he was just trying to be funny. So, but now the danger of it now, it's comedy, it's just making people laugh. And then you have people like Charlemagne and all those people there, that girl from the Breakfast Club. Do they know it's just comedy? Or they taking it as it is, that's what it means. So, that's what I'm saying. This thing of his is like some public relation thing now, saying it got people talking as if it's a serious thing now. One of those things, whether it's, I don't want to go to to another thing now. Maybe some, it's trying to what? But some public backlash or something is trying to control that by saying now it got people talking, having a conversation. No, because there are people who are like who are misled already.
And that's facts. You know, let's listen more. He's getting the attention that he wants.
A conversation. Like I told him this. I was like, this is now like your chance to actually educate people, because now people are listening, you know.
The facts that he said, now this is your chance. The people are listening.
So you're educating people by misleading them, by giving them a different meaning.
You know, so you go out, you give out a false meaning for the purpose of creating a conversation so that the person with the correct meaning can then come and say, hey guys, he was wrong, here's the right meaning. And then when it does that, you do this. Because it's talking like, I don't know, it's talking like from the back of his body right now, bro. You know, he's talking with his behind. You know, because
believe what I'm saying.
Because in actual reality, what happened was he made a joke, it went viral. The original creator of the song contacted him, spoke to him about it, and then what did he do? Refused, and then he did this video. So in this video that he's doing, he's now talking about how it's a chance, he wants to talk, conversation, education, it's your chance. Like, I don't understand. Why would you create something out of nothing like that? How can you say now it's time to educate people? So there wouldn't be a need to educate people if you did in live from the beginning. It does not make sense, but let's listen.
I was actually ready to even create a video with him. Like, to be honest, I was like, oh yes, this is it. We can actually create a video together, and after we laugh, then we can, you know, because personally, I had no idea that it had a deeper meaning. But then the moment he called me a self-hating Negro, that's when everything changed for me. I realized that I'm not having a conversation with somebody that actually wants to do that. This person is literally not attacking the joke, but my character. He didn't even watch. I was like, sir, you need to go and watch the actual episode. Go and watch the full episode, 2 hours. That clip was just like a minute from like the 2 hours in talking about African culture and identity. I was like, I suggest you should go and watch that. He didn't care. That's when I dismissed. I was like, I'm not gonna talk to this person because there's no.
So
Yeah,
now,
okay.
I got this thing in my mind. He told him to go back and watch the whole thing, but now he says this thing was just a minute. So in these 2 hours, he was just talking about African culture. But did he ever give a clear explanation of the true meaning of the thing? Even me, I wasn't going to go back and watch it because obviously, I mean, he would have told us if he did, like, say, okay, this is the true meaning of this thing, you know? Or maybe say what I said earlier. You know, they also do regard a lion as Ingonyama, but that doesn't mean lion is Ingonyama. It's because the lion is the king of the jungle. A lion has its own name, as you reminded me earlier, Ibubes. So
Yeah.
in the 2 hours, he didn't like say what it actually means.
Yeah,
He just made a joke.
You know.
They stopped and then they moved on to comedy.
Yeah. So that's the point exactly. So like, why would I have to go back and watch 2 hours of you talking about your upbringing, you know, your life, you know, your wins, your losses, you know, your culture? I don't care. But I do know that at some point you spoke about the Lion King, and this is what you said. So I shouldn't be tasked or given responsibility to go back and watch a 2-hour podcast episode about you and a couple of guys. No, you spoke about that. You did speak about it. So that's what I addressed. So that's the point. So like it's not making sense. Again, it's doing this thing. It's like that people do all the time when they say something. No, it's taken out of context. It's taken out of context. You know, you need to watch the whole thing. You need to watch the whole thing. Like, hey man.
Avoiding responsibility.
Hey. But let's continue.
See, here's another thing. Okay, I wanted to say something like, you know, when artists, like since we do music, né? You know, when it comes to sampling, when you take some artists, you know, from back in the days, when you take their work and then you sample it, and then some will come out and be like, hey, you're disrespecting my artwork. You know, that's not something new. So as the composer of the song, is the artist of the song, if he feels like his work is being disrespected, he has a right to come and tell you, like, hey, you're not taking my artwork seriously because you're putting your own meaning into it. But yeah, you can go ahead and play.
And this guy.
Conversation, there's no constructive conversation happening here. So for those people coming to me, actually saying to me that, hey, you apologize to Lebo M. No, I never insulted him. He called me an idiot. An idiot. He called me a wannabe comedian. I've won awards all over Africa. I've won awards in South Africa, the Pan-African Comedian of the Year for Savannah Comics Choice Awards. I've won it. I've won awards all over the place. I was on America's Got Talent. I have a career. I'm touring, but I'm a wannabe comedian, a self-hating Negro. So you can hate me all you want for not talking to him, but that's why I'm going to leave.
And another thing is, I don't know about you, but I don't see a world where, let alone another, what they call a black person, you know. So if another black person calls me nigger, I don't care. But then if a white person calls me nigger, I still don't care. Because I don't even know what that means. I really don't. This American culture, and has nothing to do with us. You know, so I don't see how you can get offended with that. But then, of course, in his position, he has to find things to create as him being the one who's being abused or put down or whatnot. You know, so one, he said that. He said about the Negro thing. And then two, he's the one talking about how it's a joke, it's a whatnot. So now, if another person is calling you an idiot, reacting to what you said, shouldn't he be saying, well, I'm a comedian, you know, I've been called worse, you bastard, I'm not, whatever. Maybe it's been called racist. You know, comedians, they get called homophobic, they get called every word in the book. So all of a sudden, he's mad about somebody calling him an idiot as a comedian. And then he said another thing. What else did he say? There's something else.
Savannah Comics Choice Awards. I've won it. I've won awards all over the place. I was on America's Got Talent. I have a career. I'm touring, but I'm a wannabe comedian, a self-hating Negro. So you can hate me all you want for not talking to him.
Wannabe comedian. So those are the things that come with the territory that he should already be used to in his career right now. But then what he did, he misrepresented something. It's one thing when someone is calling you trash, someone is calling you, they're not misrepresenting anything. They just don't like you, or maybe they're criticizing you or whatnot. Versus you going and taking something that is existing and turning it and making it into something else. So those are two different things. I'm not saying what Lebo M, what he did was right. I'm just saying that it's not enough for him to be angry.
Yeah.
It's not enough. You know,
Actually took some of the words out of my mouth because I did pick up Uti, maybe the way it went down, it went the way it went. It was because he called him an idiot, a wannabe comedian. So it kind of got personal there, you know.
yeah.
But
But
again,
then, no, you can continue.
no, I wanted to end it there. He could have, not too much of a bigger, like maybe if we look of a better word, he's a guy, he's in a public platform. The guy is an elder, so he could have been a bigger person in a way, if I can put it that way.
I thought about that as well. You know,
And
I thought
to,
about
to,
that.
to, 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 to the main important ingredients of the whole thing.
And maybe even come out, even if he is angry, he can still be angry and say that, hey, you know what? I was wrong with my representation of what I said. You know, I didn't translate it correctly, but I don't like what he
Taking
said. I don't
responsibility.
like, you know, you can still not like what he said to you. It can still piss you off. You can still be angry at him, but also you can still say you were wrong, you know, with just that thing alone, that
And he's a
translation.
comedian. And,
Is a
and he's a
comedian.
comedian. He should have made a joke out of the thing when he calls him an idiot. He could have come up with a joke for that. Wanna be comedian?
Exactly.
He should have come up with a little joke for that. But now he started bragging about being on America's Got Talent, winning awards. Me, I think this guy, now that I hear his voice for the second time in this video, the second one, I feel like I've heard his voice in some of the videos, maybe one or two on TikTok. But okay, I don't watch America's Got Talent, but I don't know him. I don't know him. Not that it's good or
Yeah,
bad. I'm just saying. You know.
Nami, this is how I knew him. You know, I didn't know him at all. I didn't know him at all.
And mind
This
you,
is
we're all
how.
over the internet looking for things to watch to entertain ourselves, but we never come across him
And me personally, I watch
until this
comedy.
thing.
I watch comedy all the time. I watch guys that I've never heard
So this
of,
is
you know, but I've never came across him.